Knowing what God wants you to do and doing it with your life is the best thing that can happen to you. Confusion is the product of the inability to hear the voice of God. In this time, many people think that hearing the voice of God is only meant for the pastors or for the clergy. As long as you are created by a God, it is your responsibility to know the way that God speaks to you. God is not deaf and dumb. He hears and he talks, and he likes speaking to the people that he created. So any person that is created by God is expected to be hearing the voice of the God, of that same God that created him, of that same God that created her. Time has passed when people will abandon hearing from God for pastors. As a matter of fact, if you don't hear from God, you will never understand what he wants you to do here on earth. Remember, I said, knowing what God wants you to do and doing it with your life is the best thing that can happen to you. When last did you hear from your creator? I am not saying when last did you hear from your pastor. Hearing from pastor is good, but I want you to understand that there are certain things God would like to minister to you expressly, directly. I am very serious about this matter. Anytime you understand that God desires to be speaking to you directly, you will know how sweet our God is. As a matter of fact, God frowns at his children who don't hear him, because he speaks every time. God speaks to us. God speaks to the people he created every minute, every moment, every second. But most of us don't listen to the voice of God. Most of us are even doubting the voice when we manage to hear him. The reason why you are doubting what you heard from God is because your pastor didn't tell you God says. It's because that message didn't come direct from your pastor or through your pastor. How can you know what God wants you to do when you don't hear him? How can you know the plans of God for your life when you don't even hear him? You are missing it today because you don't know what the Lord wants you to do. You are missing it today because you don't listen to the voice of God, the voice of his direction, that beautiful voice. Ask God to speak to you, to know what he wants you to do here on earth. Stop wasting your time. When you see some people in the business of what God wants them to do, you will see that beautiful joy in them, because they have the awareness that they are fulfilling destiny. Many people today are even working in another man's vineyard, whereas God is speaking to them to know the direction of what he wants them to do, but they cannot hear him. Hearing from God does not mean for only pastors. Hearing from God does not mean for only prophets. So, beloved, go to God in prayer. Ask him, my creator, speak to your son, speak to your daughter. Am I really doing what you want me to do here on earth? Am I really doing your way for my life? Am I in the business of your original plan for my life? Submit your will, submit your ego, submit everything to him. Talk to him. Don't submit it through another person. Go straight to God in prayer. Submit it to him. Direct. Say, Lord, I submit my will to your will. Before you today, I submit my pride. Before you today, I submit everything. Let me know your will for my life.